Yeah, it was also a rough week for Arizona, right? A week ago, they were hosting Duke as short favorites, and Duke comes in there and just kind of runs them out of their own building, right? I mean, it was a competitive game in the second half, but I mean, that was a game that Arizona really needed. And again, as short favorites, we're supposed to win. Then you lose to Oklahoma. Then you lose today to West Virginia. And obviously, CJ, some of this you kind of will ascribe to engagement after a couple of tough L's. But what is your view of this Arizona team that I mean they're running it back with Caleb Love, but it doesn't seem like they're taking steps.
Yeah, when I watch them, I just don't see enough shooting out there on the floor. I think that's one of the major issues with this team. Is they just don't have enough shot makers. And I, talking to Tommy before the year, like he wanted Caleb to be able to average something like 14 points a game or so, way less of a usage rate and higher efficiency. And that hasn't really happened. His efficiency is okay, but it's not terrific. I just don't think they have enough pop offensively, and they'll get better, I'm guessing, as the season goes along. But man, they're in a tough spot here because the Big 12 is another league that's really deep, and these were a couple wins like Oklahoma and West Virginia. Those are games that you would think Arizona, even down a little bit, should be able to win. And I just think they've got to figure some things out, particularly on the offensive end. And figure out a way to score without making perimeter shots, because they're just not what you expect out of Tommy Lloyd offense to this point. And I think part of it is just don't have enough guys out there that can make an outside shot.
Of those two situations that we just talked about, Kevin, which one would you rather bet on, like being a real outfit come March?
I think I would still take Arizona. I think their roster is better. I think Lloyd has the track record. I mean, look, this program's been a top 3 seed 3 straight years, right? The sky should not be falling because of 7 games, or maybe it is because they've had so much success. Look, I think individually all of these results are explainable. It's happening, all 4 of them, in basically 2 weeks. That's the scary thing. I think their identity needs to be defense and toughness. Like, this team has a bunch of dudes that look like linebackers. There's no excuse for being 45th in defensive efficiency and giving up 82 to Oklahoma. I know it was overtime today, 83 to West Virginia. Like, if they're going to be limited shooting the basketball, let's just bludgeon people. Let's destroy them on the glass. Let's make it impossible for them to get to the paint. And let's find a way to score in transition. Like, they're going to have to, and it's going to be hard for them to half court. I think that's going to be a theme for them this year. They just don't have the shot making outside of Love, who is up and down. But I still think the bones are there of a team that can just outwork you if things break right. They just got to kind of regroup and redefine what their identity is.
Yeah, certainly a fun week there in college basketball. And listen, it was